Music Fairy Tale Chapter 4. We cannot help the prince. So, now let us come back to the melody in the universe. It was no wonder that this one melody which had escaped was lost out of sight more and more with each new tune that was created and was so different to all the other. All the tunes felt happy side by side and were attracted themselves by their many different clothing and overall appearance. The place was filled with the sweetest of sounds, and even angels and music souls which live in the Great Spirit took notice and were impressed. So it happened that the question arose between the angels and souls how this all had started. They came and gathered in the place of the melodies and visuals and asked for an explanation. Out of the middle of all the fine sounds emerged a proud melody, grinning like a Cheshire cat. The melody told how it escaped from Earth and traveled through the universe. But it did not want to stay in a home pursuing melodies because it needs the freedom to decide to do what it likes. That it finally stayed until now in this place together with the colorful visuals it found here. And it declared with joy in its voice that it is such a great fun to create new tunes and to see new visuals being created at the same time. One of the music souls stepped forward with dignity, and the path was cleared for it in a respectful manner. The soul looked at the melody with a knowingly but also a sad expression in the eyes when it started to ask, "Do you know where your power comes from? Did you ever look back to thank your Creator? Do you at least know how he is getting on?" By the end of the third question, all tunes became silent, and it became a long silence, as the proud melody could not find words to say, and the ones that came across its mind were telling the melody that something went wrong long ago. All the children of the proud melody looked at each other and were at a loss. The music soul shook its head with disapproval. Slowly, the proud melody turned around to look at the earth, and all the children followed and moved around trying to understand what was going on and who to search for on earth. It took a while until the proud melody had looked back all the way it had come, maybe an hour or so. Then it had found the prince, who was sitting under his favorite tree, his head in his hands, his heart bleeding, and his mind full of black thoughts, and only discords all around him. The proud melody's eyes filled with tears. With asking eyes, it turned back to the music soul. It has seen the same, and it knew the situation was at the edge for the prince. His sensible music soul was in great despair, and he would need help to get out of that hopeless state of mind if he was to stay on earth for longer. With disbelief, the old soul looked at the proud melody, which gave all too clear evidence that the prince surely should remain on earth. There was no time to lose. With a low voice, the old soul gave instructions to an angel who nodded quickly, stretched his wings, moved towards the melodies, took 3 of them, and flew with them towards the earth. Then the soul turned to the not so proud anymore melody and said, "Nobody wants to make you unhappy, and take away from you the freedom that you need to stay creative. But you have to be thankful for your Creator at the same time. I am convinced I can say we all want the Prince to continue to develop fully into the person he is, according to his talents. And every new melody that will be created by him will live in harmony with every other melody, like it is here. There will be no competition between the creations, because what he does for himself in the first place. And this is to fill his life with harmony derived by the feeling of a deep pleasure that comes from creating. Having said this, the old music soul was curiously being asked by other souls what it has asked the angel to do and say to help the prince. We do not know what the old soul replied, as at the same moment the melodies started their tunes again. It was the very moment they saw that the prince has looked up into the sky and smiled, a smile like it hadn't been seen for weeks. And we know new melodies are and will be created on earth, as well as by the freedom-loving melody in the universe. And we know that the freedom-loving melody will continue to turn its eyes to the earth to thank its creator and to make sure everything is alright with him. And on earth, when you hear some beautiful melody and you find the singer smiling into the sky, you can assume that he is in contact with a proud melody.